Hey everyone, I'm back. Happy Wednesday. It's Colleen Suchecki here, and I am an intuitive healer, and I help spiritual women business owners break free from past trauma so they can know they're worthy, live authentically, and experience more joy and passion and love in their life. And I'm super excited today because there's a really powerful topic that I actually want to go deeper into that I see all the time with women business owners, spiritual women business owners that are keeping them stuck. So I'm just going to go ahead. If you're live here, please say hello so I can say hello to you. And I'm going to share this out here if you just bear with me for 1 second. But this is a juicy topic because here's the thing is that you have a great power. Each one of us have a great power, and it can either be used for you or against you. And it's really important that you know what it is. So hold on 1 second. I'm just going to share this. My computer is cooperating with me for the moment. Okay, so your greatest power lies, hey Casey, your greatest power lies in the power of your choices. Okay, so here's the thing. Have you ever gotten up and you go to do work in your business, and you are like, hey Christina, have you ever gotten up and you go to go out and work in your business, and you're like, you don't know what to focus on. There's like so many things you could be doing. There's so many like bells and whistles, and you have Facebook and Pinterest, and you have all these platforms. You're like, oh my God, I could literally do a million things right now, but you really don't know what will actually move you forward. If you've ever felt that way, put a 1 in the comments. Here's the thing is that Christina, what I'm talking about is the greatest power that each one of us have is the power of choice. But it can be used, we can use it against ourselves in the choices that we make every single day. Because what I see happening so often with spiritual women business owners is that we follow other people's formulas, right? Like we try to model what other people are doing that made them successful. Well, guess what? They may not have the same gifts as you. And I came across this tool that I now use as one of my main tools, which is reading the Akashic Records. Now, I do it in a very specific way. Yes, that's what my problem has been. Yes, Christina, right? Because it's like we can go out there and we can be so busy in our business, but actually never move it forward. And so and so the beautiful thing about the Akashic Records and the way that I've learned to read them is that I can share with you what your divine soul blueprint is. I can share with you what your unique specific gifts are and how you can use those gifts to build your business. And it's really important that instead of wasting your time focusing on, online or in person or just like kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks, that you know exactly where to focus your attention on. You know exactly what to be doing on a daily basis to move yourself forward, and you use your gifts to share with the world to be able to build what it is that you want to create. The second part of what I also see with the power of choice is that so often these choices come from our past experiences. So we are made up of two, like we have a conscious mind and we have a subconscious mind, and the conscious mind is only 5 to 10% of ourselves. And that's like things that we're aware of, right? The subconscious, which is the most powerful part of ourselves, is what's beneath the surface, and it's 90 to 95% of you. And that is where all the beliefs lie, and that's where it's like when we get up and we're making these choices without even thinking about it, when we're making these choices without even thinking about it, it may not be actually the best choice for us, or it may be a choice that is actually working against us. Let me see what Christina said. I had done that once. It was really cool. What came up for me was teacher. That was it. channeling was the gift, and it was a ton of religious persecution as a nun. Like, interesting, very interesting. Yeah, and I don't know who did your reading, but Christina, but I learned a very specific way that may be similar, or it may be very different to what you experienced. But the first part of the reading is really getting clear on who you are at soul level, what your gifts are, and again, how to use that to focus your choices and your energy on building your business. I think I would trust you more. Yeah. And then the second part of the reading that I do with people is basically look at what your intention is. So if your intention is to build your business, then I look at, or bring in 10 clients or make an X amount of dollar, I look at what patterns of choice are blocking you from creating that. And the beautiful part about that is that for everyone, it's going to be different. Sometimes it's a past life pattern of choice. Sometimes it's a current life pattern of choice. And sometimes it's a blend of both. But really, after the reading, you are crystal clear on what new choices to make. And that, so this whole thing about knowing what choices to make is my gift. That is my gift. Going into my Akashic record, my gift is around your choices and the choices that you make. And I'm here to share and embody with the world that your choices matter, because they co-create your life. So basically, me giving these readings are a way of me expressing my gift out into the world. And what is also unique about my gift, and this isn't everyone, but for me, it's important for people to be in my energy, whether that's on video, whether that is live in person. Words do not express, like, words are not my gift, okay? Meaning the written word. Hi, oh, I'm not doing readings, Kristen. That was earlier today. So the written word is not my gift. So that is why I focus my main energy and intention in my business on speaking in person, video. I use the majority of my energy in that realm, because I know that people still listening. Oh, good. I know that people, that is how I express my gift, through people seeing my energy, because also what's unique about my gift is that I am very high energy. And so people, that gets lost in my written word. Okay. So I will do some posts here and there, some written posts, but really, I really focus my energy and attention on video and on speaking in person, because that is how someone can experience my energy through video or through being in person. It gets lost in translation when I'm writing a post. So I'm just using myself as an example, and I go into my record if I feel stumped on something, or if I want to see what pattern of choice is blocking me from creating what I want. I'll go into my record and I'll say, okay, here, I'm not, I need to switch this choice here. And I find that a lot of women that I talk to, they just are almost at a place where they're like lost, and I don't know what needs to shift or change. I don't know what new choice I need to make, because it's like they don't have that sense of what their blueprint is, if that makes any sense. And if you go back to, I interviewed Padma, who I had done an Akashic record reading with on Monday, and she said that she came out of the reading just having such a deep sense in knowing of who she is and exactly what she needs to do to be most effective in her business. So there are things that she stopped doing, stopped wasting her time on, and she was almost like, I'm so happy I don't have to do this anymore, because it was such a struggle to me. But that's the thing, is that sometimes we just think that there's these things that we're supposed to do and that we have to do. But it's like, when someone can point that out to you and can say, oh no, you don't have to do that anymore. That's actually not in alignment with who you are and what your soul wants to experience. So that is, I wanted to come on here and share that first and foremost of really just highlighting how important our choices are and really looking at, you know, we have these patterns that we have these patterns that we get into. Sometimes it's people pleasing. Sometimes it's just putting everyone else ahead of ourselves. Sometimes it comes from hiding or playing small. But whatever it is, it's not enough to know, you know, sometimes it's not enough to know what the pattern is. You got to know what's the new choice, and you blend that with what your gifts are and who you are so that you can more easily and effortlessly and in the flow create what it is that you want. Hopefully that makes sense. So if there's anything that you have a question on, please go ahead and post it, or if you're listening later and you have a question. But basically what I'm doing is this week I'm offering Akashic Record readings. That is what I'm really focusing on this week. I've had such huge shifts for people. I had one woman that went from a relationship that she was trying to get out of for like 4 years and a promotion that she had been trying to get for years. Honestly, within 2 weeks of the reading, she left the relationship and she got a promotion. So it's really powerful. But you really need to be in a place. Let's see. So how does the Akashic Record reading shift with the people doing them? So, like, how does it shift for you? So when I'm giving, let's say I'm giving you a reading, Christina, I share with you what your soul gifts are, and really highlight how to use those gifts to create what you want. So if it's related to your business, okay, based on these are your gifts, this is what you need to be doing in your business. And then the second part of the reading is based on what your intention is for the reading. So if your intention is saying, I want to build, I want to bring in 10 more clients, or I want to build, to $5,000 or $10,000 a month, I go into your record and I look at what are the patterns of choice that are stopping you from doing that, and what new choices do you need to start making so that you can create that. So by the end of the reading, you know exactly what your gifts are, how to use those gifts to create what you want, and what new choices you need to make to create that. Does that help to describe it? Let me know if I'm making sense here. So if you're interested in getting a reading, I have 5 spots open for readings. Let's see. I mean, if you have different people do readings for you. Oh, I see what you're saying. Is the info mainly the same, or does someone have a different gift? I got it. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. So here's the thing. With the Akashic Record readings, I was trained by, in a very specific way, by a woman named Andrea Hess. And the name of the modality is called Soul Realignment. And so she teaches a very specific way on how to read the Akashic Records and use that information. So there are lots of people that do Akashic Record readings that are different from that. So it basically is, first of all, it could be a very different way of using the records, using the Akashic Records and sharing the information. And then secondly, it can definitely, it's going to be coming through my filter, right? So, and it's going to be coming through whoever the person that's giving the reading to you, it's coming through their filter. So I always feel like whoever is drawn to me, and if you have that feeling within you of like, yes, I want to get this reading, then it's going to be beneficial for you to hear it through my computer just froze. Oh, Christina. Okay, so I'll say it again. This is so funny. This could be your ego saying like, no, don't do this. But anyway, so it can vary, because I learned a very specific way to read the Akashic Records from a woman named Andrea Hess, who does it, her way of reading it is called soul realignment. So it's a very, very specific way of reading the records. There's lots of different people that do Akashic record readings, but not all of them do it in this specific way. So I don't know who gave you a reading, if they were a soul realignment practitioner or not. But what is also important is that what I was saying too, I don't know if you heard this part of it, but if you, whoever is drawn to me and drawn to this reading through me, is you're going to get it through my filter, which means that for whatever reason, it's going to be beneficial. The way that I look at the records or the way that my gifts work are going to be suited to what you need to hear, if that makes any sense. So, let me know if that answers your question. And so I'm opening up, I've opened up 5 spots this week. If you're interested in the Akashic record reading, what I do is I get some basic information from you and I prepare the reading before we have the session. So this is very, very different than an intuitive session or in the way that other people do Akashic record readings. I'm not tapping in live in the moment and channeling something in the moment. I am going into your record beforehand, and I am going through a very specific process to gather all the information that I then present to you in the reading. So it's very, again, not saying it's better or worse. It's very specific and could be very different than what you've experienced in the past. So once I gather all the information and put all the pieces together, I present it to you in a 90-minute session where, again, by the end of the session, you know exactly what your soul gifts are. You know exactly what to focus on and how to use those gifts in your business. And you also know what patterns of choice have been blocking you and what new choices to make based on what your gifts are. So if that sounds interesting to you, put a 3 in the comments. We can connect, reach out to you. The reading is $497. It is my most deep and transformational reading. Again, people have had completely life-changing experiences from the reading. So if this is speaking to you, either put a 3 in the comments and I'll reach out to you, or just send me a private message and we can, I can answer any other questions and we can get things set up if you want to move forward. So I want to thank you again. The main message here is that your choices matter. And okay, great, Christina, I'll reach out to you. Your choices matter. And when you have this information about yourself and you use your choices in alignment with your divinity, in alignment with who you are, you create what you want with more ease. You don't go against yourself. All right. So, all right. Well, thank you so much, Christina. I will reach out to you. And if there's anyone else who is interested, I will reach out. I am so happy. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll talk to you soon.